If God is change, people go to churches and temples, would we be going to a changing room?
So maybe it brings us all to a place to where we can have larger discussions. There's, you know, things die, things, you know,
that's life. That's
new ideas, old ideas die and new ideas come into being. And it's just, all along, it's just maybe a process towards something.
But has anything really changed?
Well, is it interesting that we have to sit around a table to make this happen?
All right, here we go. I make her wait as well.
Whoa.
Is it an O or a 0?
Is that an O or a 0?
Is it an O or a 0?
Or is I don't know, you tell me.
It could be both.
Let's make it a 0.
0.
You know what it is.
It's a 0.
What is it?
What's a 0?
What is 0?
It's before there was 1. Time. But 0, 1, 0 is time.
No.
No.
No?
There's no such thing as 0, 1, 0.
No, but what is 0? That's a good question. What is 0?
How can she be in control of what's going to happen the next moment or 5 minutes from now, a day from now, when she is subject to the outside forces?
That's true.
That's it.
She's in control of her perception of reality.
Yeah.
She controls her perception.
That's the illusion right there.
No, but it's your perception of what's happening.
She can perceive it's her time to go.
You know, I don't want to out you as this, but you're an elementary school teacher. Yeah. So how would you explain 0 to a class of 3rd graders?
Yeah.
Good one.
Nice.
I actually made a connection when we were talking about 0, and I was like, this reminds me of the book that I read to my kids when we talk about 0. And it's a book that says what is 0, or it's like 0. Oh, it says it's actually kind of like a poetry book, and it says 0 are the leaves on a tree. And it just, it's great. I'll lend it to you.
Zeros are the leaves on a tree.
Yeah. So it kind of explores 0 as the absence of something, but it also helps students know that 0, like when I explain 0, I explain 0 as a placeholder.
Oh, nice.
Because 0 really is not nothing. In 1,000, those zeros are important. Because they're holding places. Like if you want to think about it in base 10.
And you can take that thought and then say 0 is the dark matter. It's the thing that keeps all of this having it's a place where the universe gets to play and exist. Right. That is 0. That is the nothing. That is the dark matter. That is the womb. That is God's bedroom. Whatever you want to call it. That's what is basically either holding all this together or a placeholder.
So, but it's significant.
Yeah, super significant.
It is.
So we need it.
May I say, with my experience, to explain the 0?
Yeah.
Well, I have gone through this for the last 35 years until one day I have to come up with a solution. How do I explain 0 to anybody, not only children? So I found an easy way, because I don't like to think. So, so I was thinking, just say, do you know what a 1 is? It's 1 minus 1.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. I take it from there.
There's a tiger in the jungle, and the tiger runs up on
An elk.
An elk, and devours the elk.
That's not bad.
Like,
That's survival.
That's not bad.
That's your story.
It's the same story. It's a bad thing for the elk. It's a bad thing for the elk.
You have placed your perception on it.
But me being stabbed and dying.
For someone else might be surviving.
Is it?
It might be.
We don't know.
I agree with that. I see what you're saying.
That's fine.
No,
This one where we're Can you get in there?
Give it to her. Push the whole thing.
This is your own choice.
God, yeah.
Pick one for you.
That's all it takes. Change of place.
Oh.
Here she goes.
The word is psychotropic.
Psychotropic. Going back to the beginning of the conversation. Bring it on home. Yeah. Yeah. That's how you started it, remember?
Yeah.
Land that baby.
Go ahead, no, you go ahead.
You go.
No, you go.
You go. All right,
What
we
does that have to
started
do
in
with
the 60s. when acid first came out in Woodstock. Those were really good days, I think.
or whether you accept
So
responsibility
what about the
for
situations where there are no choices, where it's
Where's
not bad?
As Hamlet said, I could be trapped inside a walnut and considered myself master of all space and time if it were not for my dreams.
And someone else talked about creating something only for yourself. I don't know if anybody has ever done any psychotropics, but you create something and so brilliant at the time. The next day you look at it and you go, oh my God, and you put it aside somewhere else, you know.
But the beauty of life is that we're all full of holes and we each fix each other. And if everyone was perfect and everything was great, we would never have any contrast or anything. So actually, it is all as it should be. Nothing is new. We're just reliving this loop, and it's fine.
On psychedelics, I do no art, zero. Absolutely no art. I cannot do.
Is the art.
Yeah, psychedelics create the art. Like I open myself up to whatever the universe is going to throw at me, as opposed to anything that I want to throw at the universe. And it really changes. That's almost the biggest perspective change that I get with psychedelics. It really does remove, even though it's total ego. Because yes, you've opened your subconscious mind to your conscious mind, and now you have a super highway that's going back and forth and back and forth. So there's nothing that's going to be more egocentric than that, because you finally got all of yourself happening at the same time. But the desire to throw stuff out of yourself and the desire to let stuff in becomes two different things. Where normally we are these creatures that want to speak. I want my turn speaking, or I want this. Then you take those psychedelics and it's just like, I just want it to come into me. Everything come to me, come, and just let it flow.
Personally, I blame the Spice Girls for everything.
Oh yes.
Realistic illusion.
This is all a very realistic illusion.
I feel like life is a realistic illusion. I feel like existing is a realistic illusion. It's sort of like it is what you make it. I've been doing it my whole life, and it's been working for me my whole life.
Like you, I certainly didn't want to write or say or paint or sing anything about it at the time. It took me. I don't think I ever did literally report on that through any art form.
Well, Terence McKenna I always liked what Terence McKenna always said. If he could only just bring one little trinket back, because the psychedelic experience, you're getting all these new trinkets. It's like, gosh, bring one of these back, and Martin's gonna blow his mind. He's gonna be like, where'd you get that?
We are aliens to ourselves. Sometimes we know ourselves in a fleeting moment. Most of the time, we're aliens to ourselves. We have no control, and we don't know who we are. We like to believe, we like to perceive who we are and follow accordingly, but I don't know.
Is it possible some people have a strong sense of self and others don't?
We're working progress.
Yeah, yes, I do believe that people do have a strong sense of themselves.
All about you.
That doesn't mean they're right. It just means that they have a sense of themselves.
Am I going to continue down this path, or am I going to turn around and go back to where I came from? Am I going to reach for life, or am I going to just let it go? And I felt that in that moment I had the choice, and I could just let it go and just kind of see what happens. And I said to myself, no, you know what? I will find out what's over there eventually. That's a guarantee. So let's go back and do as much as we can here before we jump the fence, because on the other side of the fence, I'm going to find that out at some point. So it was turning around and walking back and saying, let's find out. But it wasn't bad. Whatever it was, I didn't feel like it was bad. So since that point, I've never really had a fear of that thing happening.
See, that's funny. Because I have.
Yeah, see, I don't have a fear.
Because you didn't know the difference.
Because I didn't get that choice.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I just kept swimming.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to ask me what is the closest thing that you're going to express death to, swimming laps back and forth. And it sounds absolutely terrible.
Right.
And I don't want to go there.
It sounds like a circle of hell. Yeah, Dante had one with a...
And I was a 10-year-old innocent little child.
Right.
So, like, you can't be like, well, that kid went to hell.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
well, maybe some...
It's funny what you said, because I don't fear death anymore after that. but I valued life so much more.
I want to get as much out of it.
Yeah, it's like, it's because I realize how close we are at any minute. Like, some idiot can be driving down the street. We're so connected, and we think we're all separate. We're so connected. It's like...
Because no matter what you say, what is the experience? Don't you think what you just did is creation in action? Therefore, connect the creation process with the creativity. You are creating at all times. You are part of the process. And that is the beauty when they said that we are the image of God, because that is God itself. The fact that you can envision something that is not there. Oh, yeah. That's God itself. It's just like flowers grow every year, and you know, how does it do it? You know, we are part of that system that is self-conscious. The whole universe is consciousness. If you see it in this fashion, you have nothing else to search for, because you understand everything collectively. You are not breaking down to this as tomato, this is a carrot, this is plate. No, collectively. That's how the animal kingdom experience the universe.
That was wonderful. So if you all unplug your mics and lay them on the table in front of you.